All right, power hitters, good morning. Happy Tuesday. This is an exciting day because it's the first Tuesday meeting that we're having as a power hitters team. And this is a training that was pretty much inspired by Jarrett McAllister, a great mentor. And we wanted to bring value every Tuesday, giving you some good training, good tips, and it'll grow and graduate as the Tuesdays go on. So it'll start with some beginning content, and then it'll get better and better. So try to join, and this is being recorded for other people to watch too. So real quick, JC, Power Hitters, you came up with the name. We made this cool logo. What does that mean to you? What does that mean?
Well, it just means that, excuse me, like I said, I'm a little under the weather. Well, what that means is that, I have a philosophy of strike first, strike hard. And so, I just think it's a powerful name. It gets me excited. And I wanted to differentiate the team, right? I wanted to stand out. And so you got some athletes on here. And like athletes, high-performing athletes, high-performing salespeople and professionals also, there's a difference about high-performing individuals. And I believe that's what we're creating. I believe that's what we have, and I believe that's what we're creating. And that's part of the reason why these trainings are so important, because a highly trained team equals a highly paid team. So I've got some people on the team that are great salespeople, but they could improve on their recruiting. I've got people that are great recruiters, but they can improve on their selling. And so I think Power Hitters definitely is an appropriate name for what we are building here.
I love that. Thank you. Let's start off with some success stories, and then we're going to just give you tips and tricks of getting started, some things that JC did to be successful, getting your first leads, and we'll wrap up with some Q&A towards the end as well. So we'll try to keep this to an hour. So we always want to kick off with a success story. If you have a minute to share a sale, a recruit, overcoming an objection, how did that success look? JC, you have a quick success story you can share?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I shared this, when was it, last week on the Power Hour training. And it's one that it basically comes down to hustle, right? I had an installation in the city of Lakewood, California. And what I did is I clover-leafed that area, right? So I went to the installation. I took pictures of the installation, shared information on social media, which I'm a big fan of, right? And people see that you're in the game. But additionally, I said, hey, I got some flyers and some business cards. I was literally in shorts and sandals, by the way, because I was supposed to go there fast and I had an appointment that got moved up. And so I was like, well, I don't need to change. I'm going to just, I actually went there and I was going to go home and get dressed and go to the other appointment. So when that didn't happen, I was like, okay, that's fine. I didn't have time to cloverleaf, meaning talk to the neighbors. So because my appointment rescheduled, I said, well, even though I am in shorts and sandals, I did have a Power Polo shirt. Even though I'm in shorts and sandals, I'm better off talking to these neighbors versus not talking to them. Now, that's not how I ideally want to be dressed, but that's just what it was. So I grabbed some flyers and some business cards, and I door knock on the neighbors' homes, right? And I simply let them know, hey, how you doing? My name is JC. I just wanted to apologize because there's going to be a lot of noise for the next 3 or 4 hours. Your neighbor next door, a couple doors down, Juan, we're installing his solar. So I just wanted to apologize ahead of time. Oh, okay, great. By the way, let me give you my business card. I hand them my card, and then I hand them my flyer. Then I simply ask them, by the way, have you ever considered solar for your home? Yes, no, whatever, right? So one of the people one of the gentlemen that I spoke to that day, he says to me, well, we've considered it, but my bill is only like $80 a month. Now I'm looking at this guy's house. There's a couple cars in the driveway. I'm like, there's no way this dude's bill is $100 a month unless it's just him and his wife and they don't have central AC, right? But it looks like a big house for the two of them. And I said, do you not have central AC in your home? And he says, no, we have central AC. Yeah. Do you use it? Yeah, we sure do. Wow. How many people live in your home, by the way, if you don't mind my asking? And he says, well, it's my 2 kids and my wife and I. And I said, let me ask you something. Are you the one that looks at the bills, or are you the one that just pays the bills? He says, no, my wife pays the bills. I pay the bills. She's the one that looks at them. I said, look, my guess is that you're paying more than $80 a month. Why don't we do this? If you have a bill laying around somewhere, I'd love to take a look at it and just give you some advice. He says, sure, hold on. He goes inside, comes back and tells me, I don't have a bill. I said, I'll tell you what, it doesn't hurt you anything to simply get a free proposal. I believe you're paying more than $80 a month. I may be wrong, unless you're on some kind of discount plan with Edison, but I believe you're paying, you know, I've been doing this for a long time and I haven't. I've been selling solar since April, but I just said a long time is relative, right? To me, it could be, you know, 6 months could be a long time.
Yep.
So I said, I've been doing this for a long time and I can almost guarantee you that you're not paying $80 a month, that you're paying more. But why don't you let me email you a proposal? I can have a proposal in your email by tomorrow morning. Would that, you know, would that be fine? Because all I want to do is I want to get the phone number. He says, yeah, that's fine. What do you need? I said, look, just give me your phone number in the meantime. Okay. And I get his phone number. I said, all you got to do is when you find the bill or you check online, just send me a picture of that bill. With that, I could go ahead and get your proposal. Great. It went 3 weeks without him getting me a bill. He says, listen, I am interested in solar if it makes sense. I said, well, I need the bill. After 3 weeks, he finally gets me the bill. So that's one of the things I'm going to talk about later is the power of the follow-up. Long story short, I meet with him on a Wednesday. This is one of the few meetings that I met with in person. Meet with him on a Wednesday. Him and his wife were pretty, it was while the debates were going on, right? And so, matter of fact, the debate was happening between the vice presidents while I was in his house, right? And him and his wife are like, look, we're interested. Let me talk to my wife. He had to get his wife on board. Then he calls me for the following Wednesday to go to sign him up. I went and I signed him up, but it took about a month in order for me to sign him up. But we finally signed him up, and that was because of probably 4 follow-up calls, 3 meetings, the initial meeting, the time I presented the proposal, and the 3rd time that I went to close the deal. And so to me, I could have just said, hey, listen, took some pictures, social media, see you later. And that was a $6,000 commission. Had I left and just been an average consultant, right, I would have missed out on that $6,000 commission.
Wow. That's huge. A lot of nuggets right there, guys. Follow up, clover leafing, visiting an install, man, getting the bill. A lot of great nuggets there. Thanks, JC. Real quick, I met with Mohammed and Hamdi yesterday for lunch. Mohammed received a call during election time of someone calling to get them to support their candidate. At the end of the call, he goes, okay, I'll look into the candidate. By the way, have you guys ever looked into solar? He's like, you know what? We have been actually recently, but it just something didn't make sense. And long story short, after following up, giving a proposal, he should be closing the deal this week. You just never know who to ask. Just let everybody know he reverse sold a freaking political call. And it's a $2 million house in Laguna Hills, guys. How freaking cool is that? Does anybody else have a success story they'd like to say or put into the chat?
Yeah, I'd like to share some over here, Joel from Palm Beach.
Welcome. Thank you.
Real quick, man. So I do the same thing. I mean, I had a guy come to my house the other day. I ordered a pizza. It was like 10 o'clock in college. And I was going to close the door after I gave him the tip. But I said, you know what? Hold on one second. I said, hey, come back here, bud. Awesome. I said, look, I wish back when I was, working at a pizza place, making $12 an hour, somebody would have reached out to me and gave me, a nice business opportunity that would have put some money in my pocket while I was working. Let me share with you what I'm doing. And we talked about the ambassador program. And he's like, oh, man, that's great. As a matter of fact, my cousin and my mom, they just bought a house in town. I'll get you, their information. And just right then and there, I was able to kind of network with him a little bit. And, who knows, he might be a consultant down the line. But just every opportunity I can, just take a shot at, letting them know.
Amazing, Joel.
Awesome.
Who figures? A pizza guy that's going to houses every freaking day. I just had an Uber guy join as a consultant under the team yesterday. So awesome job there. All right, let's keep going, guys. Feel free to chat one in the group chat if you'd like. So let's kick things off here. basically, you've joined Powur, you're new, you want a refresher, you're building your team, what can you show them to get them off on the right path? So obviously, when they join with your unique join link, they need to pass the initial LMS training course, about a 2-hour course. And one of the biggest things, in my opinion, that you can do is take a live onboarding Zoom call or watch a recorded one. On our resources Powur page, which is blog.powur.com, or if you're in powur.com, on the bottom left, it says Powur Resources. They are updating the recording. So even for some of us that have been here for a year, there's new things that the onboarding is covering. So it's a great refresher tool to take the onboarding Zoom call. After that, there's a new consultant launch training. That's every Wednesday at 11 a.m. Pacific. And you can find these onboarding Zooms and these new consultant launches all in powurcalendar.com. Pretty simple there to find all the events, right? The Monday business opportunity, the Tuesday's onboarding Zoom, the Wednesday new consultant launch, Thursdays is sales training for consultants, and Friday is a Q&A. So you can literally, build up your experience, increase your solar knowledge just by attending live Zoom calls every day, like the one you're watching right now. We do have some videos to get started on the blog, Powur Resources, Charles Thompson's YouTube, and there will be new videos coming out fairly soon for training that we can all help get leads, what to talk about when talking with our sphere of people. And then obviously, JC will talk on this more, but just talking to everybody, right? Just like the success stories. Talk to people, make your list, make your warm list, your sphere, utilize social media. And then really the goal is just to enter leads, right? Getting someone to commit to just hearing a free proposal, like JC said. It doesn't hurt you. It's just a free proposal. It's zero down. You're going to save money. There's a tax credit. So just getting someone interested to listen to a 20, 30-minute Zoom. Whether you're presenting it or you're working with some of the 14 odd mentors that we have on this team, they can present it for you as well. So I really wanted JC to share some of the things he did to be successful. Obviously, he's one of the best leaders I think Powur has. He hit the ground running, building a team. He trained with me after a few deals and he said, see ya, I got this. And he started selling 15 deals a month. So JC, if you'd love to share a few things that you did to be successful.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for that, Jonathan. I appreciate that. Well, the first thing that I decided to do, guys, is first and foremost, Jonathan did an incredible job of training me, and he's been an incredible support system. And so because of that, I'm very, very, grateful. But the first thing that I decided to do is to go all in. I decided to make it a burning obsession. I knew that over the next 10, 15, 20 years, solar is going to create many, many millionaires. And because of that is the reason why I decided to go all in. And I think that's one of the differences between people that go out there and crush it and people that don't, is that there are people that are interested in success, and then there are people that are simply committed, right? So there's merely interested or committed. What is the difference? Somebody that is simply interested in success does things when they're convenient. Somebody that is committed to success does them no matter what. And I've always been that type of person. I've always had the mindset of, hey, listen, if another man or woman can do this, then I could do it, right? They breathe the same air as I do. They have red blood pumping through their veins the way that I do. You know what I mean? They're in the same country that I am, especially in this business, right? And so if somebody else could do it, you could definitely do it. So first and foremost, I made a decision to go all in, right? The next step that I did is I made a list of all of my contacts. I tell people, you want to be a solar agent, not a secret agent, right? So you want to be a solar agent, and a lot of people in anything that they do, they're not. I know some real estate agents that I didn't even realize that they were real estate agents for like 2, 3, 4 years. I mean, that is pretty silly, isn't it? Same thing with solar. Everybody should know that you are in the solar business because you never know, right? So I made a list of all of my contacts, and what I did is I fired away phone calls. I didn't make phone calls. I fired away phone calls. I visualize myself by time blocking. I say from 2 to 4. I'm going to be uninterrupted. I'm not taking calls. I'm not looking at social media. From 2 to 4, I'm going to fire off phone calls. And that's what I'm going to do. And the reason why I'm confident and I train on this, right? Some people may not know, I'm a motivational speaker and a sales trainer, but most people's self-confidence is lacking because they don't keep promises to themselves. They'll say they're going to do something and then they don't do it. One of the things that I say is, if I say I'm going to make 100 phone calls today, I'm going to make 100 phone calls today because I'm not merely interested, but I am committed to success. I'm committed to success. I'm committed by the end of 2021 to have the biggest, baddest organization with the most mentors and the biggest checks. We're going to have people making so much money in this business. It's not going to be money you could count. You're going to have to weigh that money. Does that make sense? That is the goal. The goals have to be so outrageous that we're going to go out there and just help a ton of people succeed. So in the model that we have, right, we have a model where if you help other people succeed, become mentors, build a team, you make more money, right? Zig Ziglar said it best. He says, if you help enough people get what they want, you can have everything that you want. So I'm excited to see people like Ruth getting her, her second sale. Rafael, I don't know what sale he's on, probably his 5th or 6th sale, right? Anthony Bonilla crushing it. So many other people here that are crushing it. And so, but here's one of the keys to team building is that you will never attract people that have a 1,000 vision if your vision is a 100 vision. People will not follow a leader with smaller goals than what they have. Does that make sense? So I made a list of all of my contacts. I fired away calls, and I simply let them know. And here's usually what I said to people. Let's say, for example, I call Jonathan. I say, Jonathan, how's it going? Small talk, blah, blah, blah. Then I tell him. And a lot of you guys have been on the Power Hour. You hear me talk about this all the time. This is what I encourage everybody to do. This is exactly what I did. After small talk, I say, listen, the reason why I'm calling you, Jonathan, is I'm calling all of my friends, or I'm calling all of my colleagues, or I'm calling all of my professional contacts. Depends who I'm talking to, right? In his case, I will say I'm calling all of my professional contacts to let them know that I've decided to go head first into the solar business. This is what I'm going to do for the next 10 to 15 years, and I'm very excited about it. And if you know of anybody that is ever thinking about solar or has questions about solar, I would appreciate it if you keep me in mind, right? So a couple things. I'm in the solar business. I'm very excited about it. This is what I'm going to do for the next 10, 15 years. Why do I say that? Because I'm letting them know that I'm serious about it. This is what I'm going to do for the next 10, 15 years. They know that this isn't something that I'm half-assing, right? This is something that I'm committed to. I'm committed to doing this for the next 10, 15 years, and I'm very excited about it. Just letting you know that way in case you ever know of anybody that either, two things, has questions about solar or may be interested in solar. I would appreciate it, Jonathan, if you keep me in mind. Then I'd be quiet. Now he's going to give me either positive, very positive, and rarely negative. If he simply says like, cool, man, good to know. Great, I'm on to the next phone call. But if he says anything positive, now I lead with the ambassador program. Or if he says something like, my wife and I have been thinking about solar, then of course I'm going to go ahead and lead with getting the bill, right? But if he says, really, JC, that's good to know. I'm a real estate agent. From time to time, I get people that blah, blah, blah. Of course, I'm going to lead with the ambassador. See, I come from network marketing, and in network marketing, I've recruited probably close to 2,000 people in my career. I started when I was 18, and I made my first million by the age of 30 in network marketing. In network marketing, you're recruiting somebody, and you're asking them to pay some money to join the business. With the ambassador program, you don't have to do that. It's a very nonchalant approach. It's free. So if he tells me anything positive, I say, well, Jonathan, by the way, We actually have a program called the Ambassador Program. It's basically a referral program. If you ever refer us to anybody that may be interested in solar and they go solar with us, my company will send you a check for $1,000 after they get installed, right? And it's free. It doesn't cost you anything. If you want, I could go ahead and send you a link for you to sign up to become an ambassador. Now, here's what that does. I've got about 35 to 37 people that I've recruited to be consultants, that are paid consultants. And I've got about 15, maybe 12 to 15 ambassadors. I don't really go for ambassadors that much. I recruit a lot of people. And as a mentor, we all know that's how you make a lot of money. They got to do 3 split sales with you, right? And so I remember like 2-3 weeks ago, I went Monday, made a sale, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 5 days a week. I made a sale every single day, 5 sales in 1 week, right? But here's the deal. Here's the deal. Everything is created twice. First is created in the mind, then is created in the physical. So just like this computer or this device that you're watching this training on, it was first created in the mind, then it was created in the physical. Same thing with your results. If you want to create positive results, you've got to think of them first in your mind, right? So for example, I went on a couple of weeks ago and did 5 sales, Monday through Friday, did a sale Monday through Friday. The average commission is $3,000 to $6,000. So do the math, right? Well, guess what? Before that happened, before I even had anybody as a part of my team, before I even made a sale, I went out there and I had the mindset of the day's gonna come where I've got 40 people on my team, 100 people on my team. The day's gonna come where I make 1 sale per week. The day's gonna come where I make 5 sales per week. Everything is created twice. First in the mind, then in the physical. One of the things that I have found out when it comes to success in general is that unsuccessful people pre-play their past failures. Unsuccessful people replay their past failures. Successful people pre-play their future wins. They don't dwell on the past. They don't dwell on, oh, you know what, this client said no to me, blah, blah, blah. Who cares? You can't do anything about it. What is your life going to look like 1 year from now? And I'll tell you what, we've got an amazing company in the best industry, in my opinion, the best company in the industry, that guess what? If you focus and you decide, you're going to need some binoculars to look back at where you used to be a year ago. But it takes a decision, right? So fire away phone calls with time blocking. And then what I did is I built a team. I went out there and I started, depends on who I'm talking to, and I have some trainings on recruiting. One of my buddies, I called him, and we have a pretty good relationship, and I said, hey, what are you doing on Monday evening that's more important than learning how to make 20 to 40 grand a month from home? What are you doing on Monday evening that's more important than learning how to make 20 to 30 grand, 20 to 40 grand per month from home? He said, nothing. I said, great. I'm going to send you a Zoom link. Get on this and watch this. What's it about, JC? Listen, it's visual. I cannot tell you over the phone. I need you to take a look at it. Just trust me. He got on the webinar, and he's a part of the team now, right? There's a lot of different ways to invite people, but one of the keys is to recruiting and building a team, use third-party tools. The Monday webinar with Charles and Bobby is an incredible webinar to be on all the time. Pre-recorded webinars. I've probably sent to over 150 people a pre-recorded presentation. Usually I use the one that Bobby and Charles did. And I'm gonna make a small one that's about 25 minutes long that I'm gonna make the way that I like to do it. That's gonna be the one that I'm gonna use. But I just send off the video. I have them watch it. I commit to when they're gonna watch it, and then I follow up. Answer the questions, and I'm calling them not only to answer their questions, but to sign them up. So I build a team, and then you work with the willing. Here's the thing, and this is important to know ahead of time at building a team. You're gonna get people that are gonna join the team. They're gonna be excited. A week or two later, they're gonna join the witness protection program. They're not gonna answer your calls anymore, right? That's a part of the business. I know that if I recruit 10 people, at least 5 within the next 30 days are gonna join the witness protection program. It doesn't faze me, especially because I know ahead of time. But when people don't know this ahead of time, it brings them down like, oh my God, I recruited this person and then, you know, they're not doing anything. That's a part of the business. The number one answer to all of your problems in this business should be to go out there and sell and recruit. Personally sell and recruit, and I'm going to get into that a little bit later because professionals, write this down. Professional recruiters sort. Amateurs convince. I'm not in the convincing business. When I show somebody this business, whether it's a customer or a recruit, if they do not see the value of going solar or selling solar with this platform, that's an IQ test, not a presentation. If they cannot see the value of this, then they're not worth my time. I'm sorting, not interested, boom, not interested, you're interested, great, I'm gonna work with you, right? That is the mindset that I have had to build a big organization and to do a lot of sales and have a lot of people making sales is the mindset of a champion, okay? I'll pass it back to JB.
Man, I love it, JC. Thanks so much. Super exciting to see what incomes we're going to make next year, guys. Like some of the biggest incomes. And just stay motivated. The longer you do this, you're in the solar game. That person that said no this year, last year, when it's hot next year and they got that big Edison bill, who are they going to call? You. So this solar business just keeps getting better and better. I wanted to show some of the mentors on the team real quickly. Paul Leone, Jarrett McAllister, Liliana Valdez, Zach Haynes, Jeffrey Navarro, David Marcel, James Marcel, Cynthia, and then we have Marisa, Anthony Bonilla, Jeremy Stanfield, Val Topete, Anthony Blackshear, our awesome Texas mentor, Lorenzo Jaimes, and Hamdi and Mohammed, our new mentors as well. So we have a variety of rock star mentors that you can work with, you can close a deal with. We see people going beyond their first 3, going to 5 or 6 deals and handpicking which mentors they want to work with. I have a list of all the mentors and their emails and their contact numbers. You have a lead, you want to learn from them, you want to close a deal with them. This group of mentors are rock stars. We don't quite have a Arizona, Nevada, or Florida mentor. So I challenge any of you in any other states besides California and Texas, unless I'm wrong, to really dive in and say, hey, our group needs a mentor in some of these other states as well. And you could be the first mentor in that state for this Power Hitters team of 300 people and growing fast. So some awesome, awesome mentors to work with here. We look forward to—
Jonathan, Joel just became a mentor down here, man. So let him know Florida's got one.
Nice, Joel. Send me a picture. Send me your headshot. Congratulations, brother.
I will. Thanks.
I can't even keep track of all the mentors. All right, a few more bullet points here. So now we have a Florida mentor. A few more things I want to show. So obviously, like I mentioned, thepowercalendar.com, live by the power calendar, live by the resources page. If you have a question, what's the coverage map, you know, or what's the Hanwha panel specs? All the information is in the resources page, blog.powur.com. Jump in there, search for anything you're looking for. And then, of course, you know, we're all on a Facebook Messenger chat for Power Hitters. Once you become a mentor, we have a mentor messenger chat for the Power Hitters. And of course, we have a private Facebook page as well. So if you're not on those already, definitely try to get on those pages or let us know. So a few things, like JC mentioned, the ambassador program and utilizing online marketing links. I'll show you those in just a second. Inviting others to join Power as well. You know, do you want to become an ambassador or do you want to look into joining Power? We have 2 options and 2 paths that you can go down. Share a video. If you like a video that Charles Thompson did, Bobby Smith did, share that one. If you want to create your own on Zoom, just record yourself for 20 minutes going through the slide deck. I challenge you to make your own video that you can share. If you want to use some of mine on YouTube, a popular one is Powur Explained in 15 Minutes. It's a great video to share with anyone interested in joining Powur. And then obviously sell 3 deals with a mentor to sell on your own. Or if you're a solar professional over 12 months with a resume, you just need to sell 1 deal with a mentor, and then you can sell on your own. Once you sell 5 deals on your own, then you can become a mentor. There's a little test with Rachel, and you can test out to become a mentor. But just do the due diligence, guys. Do the work. You know, work with a mentor. Do a few extra deals. Choose a different mentor. There's so much to learn in this business, and there's so many questions, even if you sell 6, 7 deals. And this training will help educate you guys on post-sales, pipeline management, maybe calling cities, utilities. We're going to get into presenting, objection handling. We have a lot of exciting topics every Tuesday lined up. In California, you do need an HIS license if you want to sell here. And then obviously hit the ground running, you know, have those business cards, like JC said, when you're clover leafing. There's marketing materials as well. So I'll be releasing some holiday marketing like this top right corner here. Give the gift of solar this holiday season and get $1,000 for your referral. So I'll be giving 1 or 2 of these out to the team. Holidays, maybe a New Year one, you know, really share those, spread them everywhere, let your friends know. And I'm even going to have one that our ambassadors can share on their social media. So it'll be something like this, you know, go solar this holidays and receive $500 to go solar 0 down. So it's a graphic that your ambassadors can share to entice people to sign up. And of course, we'll just add a $500 homeowner rebate if someone does decide to sign up with that. So I love this marketing stuff. I hope you guys utilize it. And I'll even be mailing a postcard before Christmas. Happy holidays, probably have a picture on it, and just entice the $1,000 referral. So those things are coming for you as well. And there's marketing materials on a Google Drive that we have for this team, as well as Powur has marketing materials on their resources page. So dive into those, share those, check those out. And then, like I said, joining the Powur Facebook groups. Powur Pioneers is the one for the Powur company. And then we have Powur Hitters for our team as well. So the ambassador program, can't say enough great things about this. It's an amazing program. Guys, $1,000 to get paid to just refer someone. So if you're thinking of realtors, AC people, roofers, I did a post yesterday on a community group in Facebook, right? In one city with over 4,000 people. And I said, who can fix an old door? I need a new door. And I have all these contractors. Talk to this person, message me, I am. And so what am I gonna do? I'm gonna let them know that I do solar. And then if they give positive feedback, like JC said, I'll sign them up for the ambassador program. I can't tell you guys how many referrals I get from contractors, realtors, HVAC, AC guys, and roofers. If you just spend time diving into those categories, asking people who they know that are in that, talking with them and getting them to join as an ambassador, making those connections, maybe take them out to coffee, add them on Facebook. This takes some time, but once you hit that stride, you'll just have referrals coming in a lot. Anything to add on the ambassador program, JC? I mean, you already.
Yeah, no, I think that's. Oh, can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I think the ambassador program is an amazing program. I mean, in my opinion, anybody that wants to take this business seriously, within a year, I think 50 ambassadors to 100 ambassadors, free ambassadors, is not out of the question. You know, I think that a lot of people, and this is what happened with me. My goal whenever I build a sales team is 40 people, 40 directs that I personally recruited, inside of 3 months. That's always my goal, 40. I'm behind right now. I'm at about 36 or 37, right around there. Reason why is because I'm not just focused on recruiting, I'm focused on selling, right? The ambassador program, there's a lot of people that say on my team, yeah, I've got 5 ambassadors, but they've been in the business, 4 months or 5 months. But the truth is that I believe that they could have had 3 times more, 4 times more ambassadors if they put that number in their head. I believe that a lot of people don't hit that many ambassadors because they just simply don't have that number in their head. And my goal within a year is to have 100 ambassadors. Now you imagine 100 ambassadors that you have, free ambassadors. Whenever somebody becomes an ambassador, it's kind of like if you're looking for a new black Mercedes. Let's say you're in the market for a new black Mercedes. You will start to see black Mercedes everywhere, right? Well, same thing when it comes to an ambassador. When somebody becomes an ambassador and they know that they'll make $1,000 for every referral, guess what they're going to start noticing? They're going to start noticing their friends and family members on social media, or when they meet with them in the holidays. They're going to start noticing not only people that are thinking about solar, asking about solar, but homeowners, because you put that in their mind. So by them becoming an ambassador, all of a sudden, they start to see the world differently. Because I know, hey, $1,000 is a nice commission for referring somebody to become an ambassador. So that would be one of the advice. And then the other thing is this: ambassadors lead to recruits. I've got a friend of mine who became an ambassador. He's a real estate agent. Referred me to one of his past clients. I sold her solar. I said, hey, congratulations, Chris, you just made $1,000. He says, wow, that was easy. I said, by the way, did you know you could have made $3,000? He says, how? I said, if you were a consultant and you were paying $49 a month, you would have got half of the commission for doing the exact same thing. You keep selling real estate, but the commission was about $6,400. So half of that is $3,200. So you missed out on $2,200. Better for me, bro. Long story short, he's now a consultant, and he now recruited somebody, and he's working on every single one of his clients. He's pitching them solar. And it started as an ambassador.
Wow. Yeah. That's just the power of this platform and what Powur has that sets it apart from all other solar companies. It just lends itself to the growing of ambassadors and consultants and people from all walks of life being able to join this company and make massive amounts of money. And so in Powur.com, in the left corner, there's online marketing. So of course you can find your marketing links. Most of you know this already. You have your own home solar page. You have a landing page you can send people to. They can type in their zip code, their average electric bill, and it'll show up once they're done in your leads section on Powur.com. You have your own join link, obviously, so other people can join as a consultant under you. And if you go down to the bottom of that page, you actually have the slide deck that we use for the recruiting videos as well. If someone wants to join up as an ambassador under you, obviously, and then there were just 3 education web pages, like, Pearls, personal URL, landing pages. So you have 3 unique pages here: education, introduction, why solar, and top 10 questions. Great links to add to social media, people looking into solar. And if someone puts their information in there, again, that lead goes to you. So Powur, I think, was really cool in giving us 3 to 4 different landing pages, unique ones that we can share, blast out to everyone, email lists, social media, use it wisely. And when people visit, if they have any interest, they can simply add their information and the lead goes to you. This is free. There's no cost for this. So these are great, great tools that Powur is giving us to create our own referral business and get leads. One thing I wanted to go back to on the ambassador program real quick. So when someone says, hey, how do I get paid for my program? I'll say, oh, well, your friend's installation is next week. Make sure to go into Powur.com. Make sure your W-9 information is filled out. You're going to get paid via Stripe. So go in, make sure there's no notifications, make sure you got everything filled out there. And then please allow 4 to 8 weeks for Powur to process, the installation, receive the funds, and get you your payment. So that's my general advice for ambassadors. But they do have to make sure that it's all filled out, the W-9 information to get paid through Stripe. All righty. So with that said, with your online links, with your join links to get other consultants to join, JC, I'll hand it off to you. One of your topics, team building, which you've done amazing at. What can you teach us on this?
Great. Yeah, this kind of goes back to what we were talking about earlier, right? Here's a couple of tips for team building, guys. There's really 3 steps, and you could elaborate on these steps quite a bit, right? But first and foremost is exposure, and prospecting is everything, right? Constant exposure. I make it a goal to expose 2 people per day. Follow up, expose meaning new people, existing people in my pipeline, to call them and follow up and see how they're doing, right? So exposure is everything. Step number 2 is the fortune is in the follow-up. The fortune is in the proper and immediate follow-up, right? It doesn't do me any good to follow up the wrong way. It doesn't do me any good to follow up a month later, right? If somebody took a look at the video, for example, if I send you a video and I've got my notes section, and in my notes section on my phone, I'm going to pull it up right now. In my notes section on my phone, if you guys can see, I've got a bunch of links. My links, why? Because I am in zone 1, and I'm going to get into right now, first gear. I am always sending these links. By the way, Powur has a 5-minute video for homeowners I use all the time, and that's helped me close a lot of business. That is one of the differentiators between us and other companies. I know that a lot of solar guys and girls out there from other companies, they don't really use these videos. I believe that videos have a big impact, especially professional video like that 5-minute video that Powur has, and I have it here. So I've got a couple of videos that I send. I've got the 24-minute presentation from Bobby and Charles, 10 reasons why Powur. It depends on who I'm talking to, but I just copy and paste that message to the person. I ask the person, hey, by when do you think you would have already watched this video? You think by tonight you would have already watched the video? No, tomorrow morning. Sounds good. How about I give you a call tomorrow morning, say around 10 a.m., 11 a.m.? Sure, sounds good. I put that on my planner as a follow-up. When I give them a call, when I call the customer up, let's say it's Jonathan. Jonathan, how's it going? Hey, good, bro. Awesome. Listen, just wanted to give you a call. I know that you're busy and stuff. You had a chance to take a look at the video that I sent you? Yeah, I did. Pretty good stuff, right? I don't ask, what did you think? What did I think? What did you think opens up to positive or negative? Instead, I ask a rhetorical question, right? It's a question that forces a positive answer. I say, pretty good stuff, huh? He says, yes. Awesome. What is it that caught your attention the most about what you saw? Or what is it you liked the most about what you saw? I'm asking him, even if he disliked 9 things about the video, I asked him for the thing he liked the most. So he might say, well, the money sounds great. You know what? When I saw this information, that's exactly what I thought. And I got to tell you, this is what I'm committed to do for the next 10, 15 years, right? So then I'll just ask for the sale. And because we have the ambassador program, a very simple close is simply, did you want to get started like an ambassador and just make $1,000 for every referral? Or did you want to get started like a consultant and just shut up? They're going to get, now here's the deal. There is no reason for them not to sign up as an ambassador. It's free. There's no reason for them not to sign up as an ambassador, right? And then you just, once they decide, you send them your link and have them sign up. You plug them into the system, right? For example, this is going to be a great training for you to, once it's recorded and up, anytime you sign somebody up, send them this video, right? To get trained. Make sure they pass their LMS course, make sure they join an onboarding course, and take them along the way, right? And I tell guys that are new, look, keep it simple. Pass your LMS course, right? Let's make a list of all of your contacts, contact them. But here's the key steps. Get the interest, get the bill, get the appointment. If you master these 3 things, you can make 20 grand your first month or second month. Get the interest of the homeowner, get the bill, and then get the appointment. I will sell for you. Then that is a lot of training you're going to get. Once we do 3 of those sales, then you can start learning the additional stuff. But in the beginning, don't suffer from what's called paralysis by analysis. Paralysis by analysis means somebody is paralyzed because they're analyzing everything. They don't do anything until they know everything. That is a wrong mindset. Get the interest, get the bill, get the appointment. And then fortune is in the follow-up, and then work with the willing. First gear is, here's where you want to stay. You want to stay in first gear, meaning personally prospecting, selling, and recruiting. Stay in first gear for a long time. For how long? I recommend people staying in first gear until they're making $20,000 a month for 6 months in a row. You should be personally prospecting for recruits or homeowners. You should be personally selling and recruiting. Prospecting, selling, and recruiting. Second gear, a lot of people do this in team building businesses. They get to the management place. Now they're managing their teams. They got a little team. They made a little bit of money. Now they're not personally prospecting. They're not selling as much, and they're not recruiting as much. They're managing their people. Guess what people will do? People will do what you do, not what you say. So now you are going to duplicate what you are. Now your guys or girls become managers. They get into second gear. Now you're in third gear. This is the beginning of the depth of your business. Now you are managing your managers. You're not personally prospecting, selling, and recruiting. They're not personally prospecting, selling, and recruiting. And it's just a vicious cycle. So my encouragement is stay in first gear like the clutch is broken. You can't even go to second gear. Stay in first gear, stay hungry. And then if you don't know where you're going, any road will get you there. So you got to have some goals.
Awesome. Thank you. All right, guys, we got a few more things here, and then we'll kind of wrap it up to some Q&A. So one bullet point I just recently heard from some of the executives, we still need about 5 to 7 more project managers. We're getting to the place where there's a project manager for 80 active projects. And that way they're better responding, working the projects, moving them to the finish line. We're getting better installers. So things are really starting to come together on the operations side, because we all know the sale and recruiting side is the most amazing thing here. So if you know any project managers, there's on LinkedIn. It's a remote job. If anyone has project management experience or solar experience, just wanted to throw that out there. And I'd like to say that, I've been doing this 6 years. JC's only been doing this since April, but start your business now. I know it's the holidays, guys, but 2021 will be the best year in history for solar. We have a 22% tax credit that's potentially gone. We have rising temperatures. We got fires across California. And not to get political, but the next president seems to be very, very hungry for renewable energy and solar and credits. So what does that mean? 10 to 15 years, this solar business is going to boom. We're seeing it in California, legally required on new homes. In other cities and states, we're seeing utility prices rise. Everyone's stuck at home right now. Batteries are getting cheaper. It's just a really, really exciting time. Like, I can't underscore how exciting, and doing the work now, right? Letting everyone know now what you're doing, getting homeowners' interest, following these steps, watching the Zooms every day, taking that onboarding. You can make this as big as you want, 20 to 40 grand a month. So do the work now, so that way you're ready when summer comes. When summer comes, guys, it's going to be bananas again. There's going to be a tax credit that's potentially gone, right? And everyone, it's already on every block, depending on where you live. It's on top of everyone's minds. So can't say it enough. Start the work, be ready, because next year is going to be insane. I did create a little website with some resources, johnbernaus.com/power. It just has a lot of these links, marketing, onboarding, calendar, just a lot of simple links, easy place. Otherwise, it's all on the resources page and in this training. So what I do want, Jared, are you still there?
Right here, bud.
What's up, Jarrett? So, you know, Jarrett, like I said earlier, really spearheaded this idea of Tuesday trainings. He's a leader. He's a mentor. He lives in Northern California. This is going to be an every Tuesday thing at 10 a.m. Pacific. Bring up the motivation, the energy, which was what your vision was, right? And bringing good topics.
Absolutely. And nobody does that like JC does. Boy, let me tell you. We are all so blessed to have him leading this charge on this this first Tuesday training. And yeah, this is going exactly how I envisioned it. It's really amazing. I think it's important for us as a team to have our own culture of our own training, to get everybody up to speed and to keep everybody sharp. You know, iron sharpens iron. And yeah, no, just really stoked on how this is going.
And I probably need to get with you, but I believe next Tuesday on December 8th, we're going to get yourself and Zach Haynes to lead the next Tuesday training. And we're going to touch on some proposals, some sales, some presentation skills. You're such an amazing ADT home security background for many, many, many years. Now you're crushing it over here. Hamdi told me the reason he joined is because his ADT dealer up north told him that he was getting into solar, and then he joined. He's doing well. He's built a team, all because of your sales skills. So can't wait to hear what you guys have in store for next Tuesday.
Yeah, really exciting. And you know, every sales organization I've been a part of has always had team training, sales training, usually at least weekly. And usually the way it goes is in this order of success, right? What's the first thing you have to do in order to be successful in this industry? You got to get a lead. You got to get a bill, right? You got to get an appointment. Nothing else comes. You could know about the specs on a Hanwha 350 and the reduction rate over time. None of that matters if you can't get a bill. Right. So step one, you know, is that's today. And I know for a lot of the things that we're talking about and being discussed on this call is, you know, a lot of people on this call are above this level of topics, but we got to get everybody up to speed. Right. So this is the first meeting. And, you know, on that note, I just want to say for those that just got started, you know, how I got excited in this industry was just knowing that if I got a bill, one bill, that I could have a super mentor go to the appointment, crush it, and put thousands of dollars in my pocket, that was a no-brainer. That was simple. All I did was I said, I got to get one bill. So I got one bill. And what I do, I sent Mr. Branasso out to the appointment. He calls me an hour later from the appointment. I said, so how'd it go? He goes, well, I did the math right. Me and you made a little over $5,000 each. Really? That's it? And it was off to the races, you know, from there. And, you know, there's people that are in this industry. You touched on so many things, JC. The whole over-analysis causes paralysis. It really does for a lot of people. Don't get caught up in, you know, there's a lot to learn in this industry, but don't get caught up in that. You're going to learn that through the trainings, through the mentorship program. How this system is designed it's perfect. It's a perfect split, 50-50 split to learn from a professional to pull you through the ranks and teach them everything you know. And us as mentors, it's our jobs to really mentor, you know, our new reps, to get them up to speed, to turn them into mentors. So I would say for those that just got started, I know, you know, like I said, there's a lot of people on this call this isn't for, but for those that just got started, because that's what this call is for, just get laser focused on getting your first bill and be tenacious about talking to every person you come in contact with. Mention solar. I do solar. Yep. Have you ever considered solar? I do zero down solar. It doesn't cost you anything. I'd love to give you a free proposal. And you don't have to pretend like you've been in the industry forever. Say, I just got into the industry. I'm excited. As you know, solar's the future. I'm working with an incredible mentor. I'd love to give you a free proposal. It doesn't cost you anything. It's saving people tons of money. And there's a huge tax credit that's about to go away, as I'm sure you know. if you give me a copy of your electric bill, I'd be happy to give you a free proposal. How's that sound?
Awesome.
That's it. That's literally it. Don't worry about anything else. The rest falls into place. So
Beautiful.
hopefully that helps out.
Well said, Jarrett. You're the man. Thank you. JC, any closing words before we go to the Q&A?
No, I just want to say, this should be a training that you plug in no matter what. One of the things that I learned early on in my career is these types of trainings, these types of meetings. First of all, now with Zoom, there's no excuse. If you had to drive an hour and a half to get to this training, if it was live, I would recommend you do it every week. That's not a lot to ask for. Now it's on Zoom. So it's a double-edged sword, right? Zoom and the world that we live in makes life a lot easier. But you know what that also does? It makes people a lot softer. It's so readily available. It's so easily available. So it creates weak people. Now, at the same token, it also creates some very strong people, like the people that we've got here, right? And so I would just tell people, listen, the only reason why you should miss a training like this is if you have to go to a funeral and you're the one in the box.
I love it. Mic drop. Thanks, JC. You're a wealth of knowledge and value to have someone like your caliber on this team and your leadership. So greatly appreciated. I am going to go ahead and stop this recording. We'll jump to Q&A. I want to appreciate everyone that took the time to watch this, be a part of this today. And we look forward to doing these every Tuesday, moving forward, 10 a.m. Pacific, 12 p.m. Central, and look forward to our success throughout the end of the year as we close it down. So thank you again, and let me stop this recording.